Everyone, hope you're doing well. Just outside Goodison Park, just finished. Everton 0, West Ham 1. What a win that was. The funny thing is, last season we won 1-0 here with like a late minute winner from Soucek, and they said that that's the most David Moyes performance you'll ever see, because we weren't good. We were decent, but that's about it. We got the job done. It was very much a job done kind of thing today. Here we are, a season later at Goodison Park. That's the most David Moyes performance you'll ever see from West Ham. In the build up to this game, obviously he was asked about Everton and West Ham and stuff for the obvious reasons, and he said that this West Ham team is the greatest team he's ever managed. Now, it's not necessarily a dig at Everton. I could understand why Everton fans would be a bit... Someone's got a fast car. I could understand why Everton fans would be a bit miffed by that. But I think it was just what it was. It was a compliment to West Ham, to this West Ham team. And I think today we have seen just why that is the best West Ham team that David Moyes has managed, because we weren't amazing today. I thought we were good. I thought there were some good players today. I thought Soucek was fantastic before he went off. Now, I've seen the replays. I don't think it was intentional by Rondon, but I think the way the referee carried on was shocking, to be honest with you. Particularly with Martin Atkinson there, and he could see that Soucek was down. He could see Soucek had a head injury, and he could see that Soucek was bleeding from the eye as well. And we've seen injuries afterwards as to what's happened to Thomas Soucek. The fact that the game wasn't stopped for that is unbelievable. But anyway, Everton 0, West Ham 1. The goal from Ogbonna. Now, it's not so much Ogbonna's goal, because I thought, actually, what I will say, I thought our set pieces tonight were fantastic. I thought Fornals being over on the other side of the pitch to take the corners was a great move by David Moyes. He took a corner, and I mean a corner for Spain in the Nations League during the international break. He took one corner, but the corner was fantastic. It was whipped in, it was low, it had pace on it. It was a really good corner to take. And also, as a West Ham fan, when I'm watching Spain play France in the Nations League and Fornals comes on the pitch, you're taking an additional interest on how Pablo Fornals performs. So every time he does like a 5-yard pass, you're like, go on, Pabs, great pass. Wasn't really, it was quite a standard pass. But that corner he took for Spain was great, and it's good to see it replicated today. But of course, our goal doesn't come from Pablo Fornals' cross. It comes from Jared Bowen's cross corner from the other side. Great header by Ogbonna. And there's obviously a big debate, not the corner itself, but how it led to it, saying that it wasn't a corner and Pickford's complaining it was a foul by Antonio, it shouldn't have been a corner. I think Pickford shows why some people don't rate him as the England goalkeeper. I actually think he's a really good goalie. I think he gets too much stick from critics with his all-round gameplay and stuff, and I think last season, for Christmas onwards, I thought he's one of the best goalkeepers in the Premier League. But today shows why those critics are a bit suspicious about Jordan Pickford. It's not his saves, it's not his distribution. I think his distribution is one of the best in the Premier League for goalkeepers. But today, as soon as that ball's a 50-50, and it was a 50-50 between Pickford and Antonio, Pickford should be coming out with his knee up, with his studs up if he has to. He should be commanding that penalty area. He doesn't. He allows Antonio to make it a 50-50. Antonio goes up. I don't think there's a foul on the goalkeeper. I'm not going to lie, I don't know if there's a corner or a goal kick. But if it's come off Pickford last, then it should be a corner, because it's not a foul by Michail Antonio. Absolutely no way is that a foul by Antonio. And it was good to see a referee. While I've criticised him for the Soucek thing, it's more of a criticism of the fourth official, Martin Atkinson, because he should be saying to the referee, stop the game immediately. There's a head injury here. And it was good to see the West Ham physio run on. He just ignored what was going on. The West Ham physio ran on the pitch today without being given permission by the fourth official. Should explain. Been in hospital today thanks to Betway. I put up a tweet last week saying that I needed tickets to the game. I entered the ballot, didn't get tickets from West Ham. I put up a tweet saying I need a couple of spares, and Betway, someone from Betway messaged me and said I could maybe get you in. They did get me in. I'm suited and booted. So I had a different view today of the game compared to what most West Ham fans had a view of. And in regards to that incident, Martin Atkinson's there, the West Ham physios, both of them, there's two West Ham physios either side of Martin Atkinson itching to go, and you can see Soucek's facial expressions looking at the West Ham physio saying, come on the pitch and help me here, I'm bleeding, you know, you need to help me. One of the West Ham physios ran on before the ball was still in play. The ball hadn't gone out for a corner to Everton as yet, and the West Ham physio was on. And what I will say is good on that man, because you could see Soucek's had a head knock, he was screaming for help really, and the physio just ran on regardless of the referee's instructions and saying to him. And that was pleasing to see. But as for the game itself, I thought we played well. I thought Soucek did really well. It was good to see Moyes switch Soucek and Rice round again. I felt that that's what happened anyway. I've been quite critical of the Rice and Soucek partnership this season. I don't think that it's been as good as it was last season. Today it was back to its best. I thought between them they were fantastic. I thought Soucek was really good before he went off. In the first half he got forward really well, but in the second half I thought Everton were perhaps a slightly better team for portions of it. And when he got injured, that was one portion that Everton were the better side. But it was Soucek's physicality, his willingness to battle that ended up getting him injured kind of thing. But it was pleasing to see, not the injury, but that desire to win the ball kind of thing. I thought Declan Rice was superb today, but so was, I say, our whole back four, in particular Ben Johnson. I thought Ben Johnson was our man of the match. The only reason he started, let's not beat about the bush here. The only reason that Ben Johnson started today is an injury to Vladimir Coufal, which is also more serious than first thought. Myself and Gonzo thought Moyes was playing games a little bit. Coufal didn't go away with Czech Republic, and you immediately think he's injured, and you thought, oh, he's maybe got a slight knock, he's just not going on international duty, and he'll be fine for this game. Turns out he's not fine for this game. But I thought Ben Johnson was magnificent for us. I thought defensively, solid. Any questions Everton asked, Ben Johnson answered. I thought going forward he contributed, but he never really left himself to exposure. I think sometimes a fullback can get forward so much and so often that it becomes a bit of a weakness actually, and any team looking to counter-attack knows that Ben Johnson is the player to target for that counter-attack. He never offered that option for Everton. I thought Ben Johnson's 90 minutes from first minute to last minute was superb, and should Coufal be fit for the Tottenham game, I'm not sure I'd put him straight back in. Is Coufal the better right back? Probably. But is Coufal the right back in form? No, he's not. Ben Johnson is. Ben Johnson was magnificent here at Goodison Park today, I thought. It's a great win though for West Ham. This is a big game. This is a hard game. Everton are not on a dissimilar level to us. I know we're in European football, Everton are not, but that's a bit of a leveller. You know, they come into this game 5th in the league. It wasn't a good game to watch. It wasn't enjoyable. There wasn't much action. I thought Pickford made a magnificent save from Jared Bowen. I thought both in the first half, I thought West Ham were the better team, but I thought Everton arguably looked more dangerous going forward. But we got the win. And this is like last season. Last season there was questions being asked of West Ham at this point, because is it in the festive period? I don't know if it was Boxing Day. It was in that Christmas period we played here last season, and Everton had an extra game break because they were due to play Aston Villa, but it got called off because of COVID on the Villa side of things. But it meant that Everton had a bit of a one game break before they played West Ham. We turned up, we got the job done, and we headed back to London. But around that time we were sort of in the top four, and people were saying, well, we won't be there come the end of the season. I was one of them that said, well, it won't last. Arguably we were right, we finished 6th. But today we come to Goodison Park and the question's changed. The question is no longer, can West Ham stay in the top 4? The question is, can West Ham play European football and still be a contender for European football in the Premier League? Can we finish in the top 6 or 7 and hope that the cup results go our way and that 7th place in the Premier League get European football? Today at Goodison Park, the answer is yes. And the last game I went to was away to Southampton. I would have said no, because we looked tired, we looked a bit fatigued, it was boring, that game. And today wasn't a thriller, was it? It was 1-0. Neither keeper was that busy, but we got the win. That's what we did last season. We just got the win, even if we weren't the best team over 90 minutes. I think we edged it. I think we were the better side over 90 minutes today. But only just. No player was outstanding. There was no side Ben Rama masterclass. There was no Pablo Fornals running the game. We didn't have Mikel Antonio in beast mode. Just like Everton didn't have Andros Townsend and Damari Gray in the form that they've seen earlier. I got Townsend muddled up because I just seen him. He was parked over there, Townsend. He was just leaving Goodison Park and we just bumped into Townsend. Anyway, regardless of that, they were average today. And I think you've got to give credit to David Moyes for that, because it sounds a bit silly, but same way we were today, which was on the halfway line over at the dugouts, you see a lot more, you hear a lot more. And I have to say, I was impressed by Nolan, I was impressed by David Moyes. I was impressed by Ogbonna. Anyway, tomorrow, once I'm completely sober, because in the hospitality it's a bit of a free bar, you can have as much drinks as you want. I'm still a happy hammer, however, but tomorrow night on the main channel I'll do a more in-depth review. And today's a big win for West Ham. Do not underestimate this victory for West Ham, actually. Fantastic win. Ben Johnson, man of match. Rice and Soucek, unbelievable. Alan and Decore was sort of like the Premier League partnership heading into today's game. Leaving today's game, Soucek and Rice, they're back. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, drop a like, comment, subscribe to you. Gonzo will be back tomorrow on this channel, but until then, catch you in a bit.